Hello everyone, and thank you so much for tuning in to Whisking Away with Diana J. I'm Diana, and today we are going to be baking brownies. Yes, brownies. Now, who does not love a good brownie, right? It's actually one of my favorite, absolute favorite desserts, and I'm super excited to share this recipe with you. Now, the thing is, we all know there are different types of brownies, right? We have our cakey brownie, we have a fudgy brownie, and then we have that brownie that's somewhere in between. And today we are going to be baking that brownie that's somewhere in between. So get your aprons on, and let's get baking. Okay guys, so what I've done with my stick of butter, I've actually melted it over a small saucepan on the stove here. So what I'm going to do with that hot melted butter is I'm going to pour it right over my chocolate chips. Now all I'm going to do is let it hang out for a minute or two until the chocolate chips melt completely. Alright, so now I'm just going to use my whisk to whisk this together. And you can actually see the chocolate is melted lovely. Okay, cool beans, that looks great. Now I'm just gonna add in my sugar. So I'll just do the granulated sugar first and just whisk that in there. And then I'm gonna add my brown sugar. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my eggs into the batter. So I'm just gonna crack these and add them in. Okay, so I've cracked my eggs in my separate bowls and they all look good. So now I'm going to add them one at a time into my batter. Last egg. Get rid of this bad boy. Great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my vanilla. Shake that up real quick. Add my dry ingredients into the batter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually sift my flour, my cocoa powder, my instant espresso, and salt into the batter. The reason why I want to do that with my cocoa powder is because cocoa powder tends to have it's clumpy, and I want to make sure that it's nice, light, powdery texture that goes in here. If I add it in just like this with the clumps, then I'm gonna have big flour pockets in my brownie, and that's not good. So easy way to get rid of that is just to sift it. I'm gonna do the same thing with my flour. And on top of the flour, I'm just gonna add in my espresso powder and salt. Okay, great. So now all the dry ingredients have been sifted into the batter, and now I'm just going to use my spatula and actually fold the flour into the batter. And now just make sure you look at the bottom, because sometimes the flour ends up on the bottom of the bowl and you want to make sure it is incorporated well. What I have is a 9x9 baking pan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually line the baking pan with parchment paper. The parchment paper actually makes it much easier to get the brownie out. I took it out, took a little piece of butter, and just put it around the pan. It just makes the parchment paper stick to the pan much better. So when I'm trying to put my batter in, my parchment paper isn't moving all over the place. So now what you're gonna do is you're gonna see some corners right here in your pan that may not have parchment paper on there. Simple fix, just take a little butter and just put it right on the corners where the parchment paper is not aligning. Perfect. I'm just gonna bake these at 350 degrees for about 30 to 35 minutes. And I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. My brownies and I transfer them onto my serving tray, and I sprinkled a little bit of confectioner's sugar just to make it look a little pretty, and they look amazing. So now it's time to taste one of these. So set that down there, and I think I'm just gonna take the top one because it was the middle one, and we all know the middle one is the best brownie. This is a good brownie. You guys have to try this recipe. It's so good. And don't worry about the instant espresso. You won't taste it at all in the brownie. Coffee or espresso actually enhances the flavor of chocolate. So whenever I make a chocolate cake or brownies, I always add the instant espresso. It really makes a difference. And that's all the time we have here for today. Thank you so much for whisking away with me, Diana. Until next time, guys, bye. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you like this episode, please give it a thumbs up down below. And if you love this episode and this channel, please feel free to share. And also, I invite you to subscribe. I'll be posting up a new video every single week. This way, you won't miss a thing. Until next time, guys, have a good one.